guess it doesn't matter. We've had our thick and thin, enough to know that I would rather not go through life without you. And in the end, I'm just glad we're friends. And in the end, I'm just glad we're friends.
Hey everybody, Chico and Poppy here with Poppy. Chico's in the other room, just came home from a half a day of school. And he is watching YouTube nice and quietly as I am going to make a very easy appetizer. It's going to be pomodoros, which is tomatoes, and mozzarella with olive oil and fresh basil. Very easy. And the first thing you want to make sure of is that you have a real nice tomato. I like lots of different tomatoes. These here were beautiful. I got these today. They're real nice. And we're going to cut these up a little bit. It's up to you how you like them. I try to keep them like this and then maybe cut them again. Like that. It's kind of good. It's up to you. I like to keep them kind of in chunks, kind of rough cut is what I call it. Now you can always cut this little part out if that bothers you. That doesn't bother me that much. But if you want to cut that little part out, you can. And it makes a difference with this, being that we only have a few ingredients in this. It makes a difference on the tomato you use, and it makes a difference on the mozzarella you use. Mozzarella, homemade mozzarella, is not very hard at all to make. But this is very close to homemade mozzarella. It's beautiful. So don't buy it. You make sure you buy it whole like this when you're doing something like this. These tomatoes are beautiful. And fresh basil is going to make a big difference as well. Make sure you get real nice fresh basil. I've been growing some over here. I'm going to cut some in a second. Now with these tomatoes, I told you we're going to be putting olive oil on them, and I like to put a little tiny bit of balsamic. But what I like to do with these tomatoes is I like to just coat them a little bit. I think that's going to be enough. I don't need that much tomato. What I like to do is put a little bit of my homemade Italian dressing on the tomatoes first, just to coat them. You can marinate these an hour ahead of time if you like. You have time. Just don't do it too much in advance because the tomatoes will start to break down from the acid and the oils and stuff. Okay, so we coat that a little bit like that just to give those tomatoes a little extra flavor. Then we're going to cut this mozzarella. You can see how beautiful that is. Look at that. It almost looks like I did it myself. Okay, and we're going to cut this now. Oh, that's beautiful. We can cube this up as well. Beep, beep. Chico was here, if he could look over right now, he would be grabbing this mozzarella right off of the meat board. I can guarantee you this. Okay. Let's do this. We need to put down first, on our first layer, is our croutons. Now these croutons I made on a different episode. I made for French onion soup, but it's the same croutons that you want to use on the bottom. This is a bruschetta, so you want to use a nice, I mean you can buy some bruschetta in the store, but you'll get a much better flavor if you do it yourself. And I did this in the French onion episode if you want to go back and watch that. But what you want to do is you want to start with the first layer of your croutons, like that. Then we come in with the pomodoros, with the tomatoes. Alright. Oh, that looks good. Now we come in with the mozzarella. Mozzarella. I got Chico telling me how to say it back there. Oh, look at that. Look how nice that is. Now all we need is to get some fresh basil. Alright, we got some scissors here. Let's cut some of this fresh basil. Same thing with the basil here. I want to kind of rough cut it. I don't want to dice this all up so fine. Oh, it smells so good the second you start cutting it. Beautiful. Nothing like fresh basil. Okay? Now look at that. This is a beautiful appetizer. Alright, now we're going to drizzle with 100% olive oil. I wasn't sure what I had in my bottles. I have 100% and then I have pumice that I use for cooking as well. So I grabbed this out just to make sure. Okay, drizzle this with a little olive oil. I like to have a little bit of balsamic. Ooh, can't open it. Like that. I'm going to do a little bit of salt, not much, just a little, and a little fresh ground pepper. There you have a homemade bruschetta. We got the homemade croutons down on the bottom as the first layer. We have the tomato pomodoro that we marinated in a little bit of Italian dressing. We have the fresh mozzarella and then the basil on top, olive oil, a little balsamic vinegar, salt and pepper. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, remember what Grandma Jen used to always say, enjoy your life and your food every day. Ciao.
Y escalofríos en los brazos cuando te veo despegando. Mis penas todas voy dejando. Préstame tus alas y enséñame a volar.